What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Burn Bootcamp podcast. I'm excited to be kicking off a new series called Motivational Mondays with Morgan. So this is an opportunity for me to just speak into your week on a Monday, whether you're listening to this in the morning or the afternoon or really any day of the week. I want to give you little tidbits of motivation that's helped me along the way to keep a positive mindset about life, whether that's my fitness journey, whether that's my business journey, whether that's motherhood, or anything in between. So what you can expect from me is a weekly dose of motivation to help you get through the rest of your week. So today I'm going to talk about not focusing on the after, but celebrating the journey. And so oftentimes I think that we get so stuck in we can't celebrate until we hit the goal, or we can't celebrate until we have the after photo, or so fill in the blank for you and whether that means in your life. So we focus so much on maybe a number or an achievement or an accolade or what somebody else says about us, right? We're looking for that validation through something, and we forget to actually focus on the journey that we're in and the journey in the place that we're in today. And so I really want to encourage you today, as you're listening to this, to stop just for a moment and think about how much progress that you have made in your life, maybe in the last month or the last year or the last 10 years. What are all the things that you can celebrate about yourself or celebrate about the work that you've done and what you've contributed to on this planet? And I want you to just stop and think about that for a moment and be proud of yourself, because there's so many lessons in the hard work, and there's so many lessons in the journey, and there's so many lessons in the failures. So don't just think that the lesson and the good feelings come in the aftermath and when we hit that goal and we get to that mountain peak. In my opinion, it actually happens in the valleys, right? When we're feeling like there's so much more to do, or we're feeling like we're not making progress, or we're feeling that defeat. We've gone 2 steps forward and maybe knocked 1 step back. That's what we tend to focus on. But when you can self-reflect and think about all the lessons you learned and all the things that you did achieve despite some of those things, that's where you really need to celebrate, and that's what you need to use to motivate yourself to remember and remind yourself that when things do get hard and you're not feeling like you're making progress forward, you actually really, really are. So one thing that I've done that really, really helps me is as I'm setting goals, I'm also creating milestones within those goals. So this is something that I learned through the EOS system. It's something that we adopt here at Burn HQ, and it's something that has really been ingrained in my life for the last 18 months. And so what it does is we have what's called a rock every quarter. So this is a way that you can translate this into your life, into a goal that you maybe want to achieve in 90 days or 180 days or a year. Well, let's break that down a little bit more. Let's talk about what your quarterly rock is going to be. So maybe you have a goal to get somewhere in a year. Okay, let's break that down into 4 quarters, and then let's break that quarter down into 12 different milestones. What are you going to do every week that's going to get you closer to that rock, and what's that rock going to get closer to your ultimate goal of the 1-year plan? So this is not me making this up or creating this. This is me using a tool that has really, really helped for me. So let's just take this scenario for weight loss or for some sort of physical goal that you might have in the gym. Okay, let's say in 1 year you want to lose 20 pounds and you want to feel better and you want to get stronger. Okay, maybe those are the goals that you've created for yourself. And now what you're going to do is you're going to go, okay, what do I need to do in 1 year to achieve that? What are some big things in 90-day increments that I can start to measure? So you also want to create SMART goals. All right, so you've probably heard of SMART goals before, okay? This is not something that I've made up. A SMART goal is something that is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely, okay? So a lot of times we'll just throw goals out there, but they're not specific enough, right? They'll be like, oh, I just want to be successful. Okay, well, what does success mean? Can you specify what that means, right? And how long do you want that to take to be successful, right? So a lot of times that is the wrong way of setting goals, and so many of us are doing it. We're so vague with our goals. We're so vague with our dreams and our visions. So I want you to really think about what are the things that you're working for in your life, and are they SMART, okay? All those things that I just talked about. Then you're going to break that down, okay? Because let's be honest, you guys, big goals are not gonna happen overnight. Big goals are not gonna be attained in 30 days, right? If it's really, really big, it's gonna take time, okay? Maybe it's not always a year, maybe it's half of that. So whatever that means to you, you're gonna break it down. So what I do is I have a yearly goal, okay? And I do this in business. I have a yearly goal, and then I'm gonna break that down into 4 quarters. And I'm gonna break those goals down into milestones. So again, let's take this back to weight loss. Let's say you do wanna lose 20 pounds, okay? Well, first I want you to check yourself and make sure this is a smart goal. And okay, so by every quarter, I want to lose 5 pounds, right? 5, 10, 15, 20. There we go. Okay, well, how am I going to lose 5 pounds? What are the habits I'm going to have to start to create? And what do I need to do to keep myself on track week over week over week to stay consistent? So at the end of that quarter, when I'm making sure I'm on track for that 20-pound weight loss goal, that I've actually put in the work. Right? Because a lot of times we just think it's going to happen. But if you don't get specific and smart about all the things you're going to do, then time is going to pass and you're not going to achieve that after, okay, that thing that you want. So milestones are something that you put in place to keep yourself in check, whether that's something that you check in with a trainer or a friend or a boss or a peer, or you've got it in your journal. Every week you are going back to, hey, did I say what I said I was going to do this week to get me closer to my goals? And that's where you need to live. That is what life is, okay? You're living in those moments that you're building the dream, you're building the goal, you're achieving it. That's where you're gonna learn the most. So getting back to my motivation and my message, don't undervalue the work that you're putting in to get to those goals that you want, right? Whether that's success in your business, whether that's success in your marriage, whether that's success in your friendships or success with your emotional health. You will not get there if you don't put in all that work, okay, that I just talked about. So make sure you're celebrating those. Make sure you're celebrating those goals that you've laid out for yourself, because you need to put in that work to say, reverse engineer to how am I gonna get there? So that's what I do when I'm like feeling like, oh, I should be further in business, or I should be further in this and this and this. Self-reflect, take a moment. So I'm gonna give you that permission right now today, after you've listened to that podcast, to sit with your thoughts for a little bit and really dig deep into say, okay, let's celebrate what I have done. And let me think about all the achievements I've done, but then let's also use this time of frustration to plan for the future. And I just encourage you to, again, break it down, whether you do it in 4 quarters, 12 weeks, whatever the case may be, but you need to break down step by step, what is it gonna take me to achieve that goal? And when you achieve one, you guys, I want you to seriously celebrate, because those are the moments that matter. It's not the end goal, it's the moments in between that matter. So that's my encouragement for you guys today. I would love for you guys to share with me what you're reaching for, or if this method has worked for you, or if you've already done this method and it has worked for you. I love hearing feedback from you guys. So please go find me on Instagram, morgan.a.kline. I love interacting with all of our listeners, all of our members at Burn Boot Camp, and just really hearing what you guys need help in as well, and how I can help motivate you. So give me a follow on Instagram, come say hi in my DMs, and make sure that you subscribe to this channel, both on YouTube, on all of the podcast platforms, so you never miss a Motivational Monday ever again. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I can't wait to share more.
Take it.